Good day, good people, and welcome to the office. I am Mr. Aviator, the Mr. United States Aviator, and welcome to the office episode. And so, now as a business professional, I have to think to myself, I went through all of these fantastic applicants and I said to myself, which of these teams can I put together pairs of where I would actually be okay with hiring that pair of people in a standard office setting? Because, keep it a buck with you, an office job ain't for everybody. That much is the truth. But I do need to double down and say, I think I got some pretty worthy candidates, and I think this business is gonna succeed. First off, we got Wattpad, and they are here because they are champions, not because I would hire them. I would not hire you. We have Makoto, Team Makoto, and Makoto, Nijima. We have Stop, Look, and Listen, Komaru, and Sophie. What I go to school for, Chisa and Kawakami. Anything for her, Izio and Ranmaru. World Forgive Me, Maya and Nahida. I mean, even though Nahida looks like she's like 4, she'll probably be one of the most diligent workers out here, for real, for real. Smells like Teen Spirit, Yuta and Kizzy, the Wolfpack, Gonta and Pandreo, GameStop, Chiaki and Silver Wolf, Disappearing Act, Usami and Lenny, the Great Anime Bake Off, Mahiru and Karumi Search the Stars, definitely took Kaito out of this one, but Kyoko and Mona, stronger together, had Chihiro and So, School of Rock, Hajime and Reiko. The future is now Tengen and Kafka, and I need to point out, if people were like in the depths of despair, I'm taking their least despair-filled counterpart, or I guess showing for the Danganronpa character. Kafka's here because she's sparring partners Sakura and Moko, talent scouting, Kizukura and Yansan, Sin Cara, Fat Togami, and Gin, Buckshot Roulette, Seiko, and Aventurine, Override, Kibo, and Anefa. Talent agency, Miss Maiko actually is in charge of an office, with Sayaka, Non-Aggression Pact, Daisaku, and Mishima, Divine Blades, Munakata, and Cassius, Song and Dance, Kaede and Robin, Personal Growth, Shuichi, and Taka. Parental Guidance, Taichi, and Boss also, she has an office, I suppose. It's not a real standard office, but I mean, it's Kiss of Death, Sato and Amame, Yoda's Witnesses. We had to take out Angie, but of course, Yehoda and Saint Junko would be perfectly fine in a standard office setting, and you can't prove to me otherwise. And I bet you're wondering, hey, Avi, where's the third team? The third team that we got revealed last time. We'll talk about it in a second. Yin Yang Yo, first of all, y'all have not been able to nail down who Gonto is, but Yinger is here. Mystery Inc. has Miss Maiko and Cat Noir, and to talk about it, well, y'all clocked the new team. Barfood, I did not think we were gonna get all 3 of them gone that last episode, but sure enough, we did, all 3. And I want to point out, it was one person who guessed 2 people, and one person who guessed 1 person. Everyone else was wrong on all accords, but I want to point out that it was technically one, nobody, there were like no doubles this time. It was like 1, 1, and 1. Each of them got sniped, but one person sniped 2. I'm talking Togami, who was actually from Survivor, Boston Rob, the I'm a Survivor song that was playing in 8-bit, no, not an 8-bit actually, playing by a marching band by the Horns. Nozomi actually had Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy. I don't remember what that clue was, but I certainly gave a clue. It was supposed to be a little bit vague, but the Barfood name should have leaned you in towards Tifa. And last but not least, we have KK Slider, from Animal Crossing. I believe there was Animal Crossing music during that game, and it did get KK Slider. Y'all did fantastic that time. I can't kid you not. That being said, you still have some leftovers here. There's only one more, because this season is coming close to a close. There's only one more team, and they will not be revealed this episode. They'll be revealed next episode. I'm going to try and keep those clues pretty hard for that team. I'm going to give them an advantage since they only have a couple of episodes to be around, literally. That being said, make your picks first, second, and third. I'm going to take a swig of this, what is this? Glacier Crush Energy Drink. All natural energy. Pretty tasty. I usually get the apple now, because the apple I think is my favorite flavor. But this one was new, but I was like, we'll try it. I think apple's still my favorite, but this may be my second or third favorite. It is pretty good. Anywho, I dropped my phone. As business owner, well, in fact, welcome to Aviator Incorporated. Let me get to your comments from last time. Fracture is tonight, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And last time was... let's light it up, because it was our first... Was it our first? It wasn't our first episode of the year, but it was our first singles episode of the year. As we go on, we have... Yes. In before... Thunder saying, in before anyone answers, attract, lick, harden, and milk drink, which is crazy work. That's crazy work, Thunder, but, you know, still, yeah, it's crazy work. I didn't think of any of those. Kotoko, who is, taking the money, she legally earned by taking herself out of the game. Well, you know what? Fair enough. Dragon Force Czar, who's saying, Hope Boy reigned supreme, and he did! He was a light bearer. He was truly everyone's hope that last episode. Cherry pointing out an interesting theme that was playing at the beginning of last episode. I won't say it because, you know, singles action, but, you know, maybe if you want to go back there, you can check it out. And lastly, Kat, who says, I'm going to explain each of these for the list of Pokemon moves for yourself that I asked you to get. Pardon me. Snipe Shot, Water Gun, but way cooler. I'll always hit my targets unless there's evasion/accuracy shenanigans. Bitter Blade, which I didn't know was a thing. I have the infamous 1000 degrees Celsius knife on hand at all times. How cool is that? I also steal people's HP, nom nom nom. Moonblast. I've never watched Sailor Moon, but I think it'd be funny to go up to people and yell, in the name of the moon, I shall punish you. Sounded like Columbina out here. And then absolutely obliterate them. First degree Schmurder charges. Who is she? I do like Moonblast. I think it usually is one of the moves that looks the nicest in the Pokemon games, but I digress. And then Vine Whip. Stretchy pseudo extendo arms that I can use to grab stuff. Why not have telekinesis instead? ADHD brain will forget that I'm holding something fragile and will break on the ground. Oh no. Those 4 moves represent my top 4 Pokemon, Inteleon, which I didn't know. I was like, Snipe Shot, that's Inteleons. Clefairy and Bulbasaur. Yes, I'm a weirdo who likes Inteleon. I like Inteleon. Inteleon was my, my starter choice for that generation, my Sobble. Thank you guys for the comments. I had a quick and easy question this time. Yes. Here's your quick and easy question. It is music related. If, it is a new year. If for the rest of the year, anytime you entered a building, a song had to play as you were entering the building, what song would it be? Now, it could be a song that you love or a song that you kind of want to have you, like, represent how you want this year to go for you. Give me that. Put that in the comments. Maybe we'll go through them and I'll pick my favorite. Well, clearly we're gonna go through them. but yes, I will pick my favorite. What would I choose? I don't think I would choose anything that I want this, like, how this year to go. For the most part, I'm like, hey, this year's gonna go how it's gonna go, but I'm gonna do my best to make sure that I push myself to go in the directions that I want this year to go. I think I would default to my standard if I were walking into a room as the United States Aviator, you know what I mean? The song that I would have play is Learn to Fly by the Foo Fighters, because I do like that song a lot. That's in like my top 10 most played songs of my lifetime. But I digress. That is Jack Black, I think, is in that music video. Anywho, I think we're ready to go. No, we're not. Make your picks first, second, and third in terms of these teams. Tell me which team do you think is most likely to get fired this year, and we're gonna do something that's never happened before. We got two wheels. Because we got two Agents of Chaos. This is for what I go to school for. This one is for Stop, Look, and Listen. Are you ready? Because we're gonna spin both wheels at the same time, baby. We're dual wielding, or we're dual wheeling. Narrowly. Absolutely narrowly. I was almost certain it was gonna stay on there. Oh my gosh. Whew. We're in the clear, but as we know now, you know, percentages are gonna keep on going up. I have there's a good chance it'll hit again before the end of the season. That being said, I'm gonna make my picks, and let's get this show on the road, shall we? So I'm gonna say for first, Search the Stars. I think Mona's winning this game. And I think somewhere, Dusk is gonna feel a disturbance in the force. For second, I'm gonna go for Buckshot Roulette. I'm gonna say Aventurine's gonna have a pop-off kind of game. And for third, I'm taking Yin Yang Yo. And I think Gonta's gonna win. I'm sorry, Gonta is gonna take the victory. Those are my picks. I think we're just ready to start, aren't we? Man, that's crazy. I was gonna say we did everything. Let's start the whole thing. Let's start the episode. And the only way to start this bad boy is to... I'm sorry? Okay, that's funny, I guess. So, the button on my soundboard literally says roll. But usually I say that's, you know, for rolling the dice, not a literal lint roller, dude. Y'all know what a lint roller is, right? So, like, I got a little lint myself here real quick. Cool. So you get that, and it's like sticky. It's a sticky surface, right? So you do that, and then you get all the lint off of you, see? Look at all that lint that was on there. And then you, if I can just get this. This is the hardest part for me. There we go. You take this part off, and then you have a fantastic fresh lint brush. And you get rid of the little lint stick here. Alright, so I still don't understand or know how many times we're gonna resimulate this episode. What would that? On the lip. I think that's a sign. 5 times. They want me to resimulate for the spiciest of RNG 5 times, huh? Well, I'll be. I guess we're resimulating not 1 time, not 2 times, not 3 times, not even 4 times, but we're not rolling the dice, but we rolled a lint roller. so that we have a full and spicy 5 times. Title's not on the line unless I'm looking to stop, look, and listen. When I go to school for they could reign mid-episode, I think they have already. This season, we'll proceed and we'll see if they do it this season, or I guess this episode, as the Hornbears get out there and they get their horns and they sound them. So if you would please, Hornbears, sound the horns. Cheers. Very good, Hornbears, very good. Now, if you'll excuse me, we must proceed. As Mahu takes a shuckle from inside the cornucopia, Hajime grabs a sword. He's not dual-wielding like we were. So, Sophie begs for one of the weapons that Shuichi's picked up. He feels bad and reluctantly gives it to Sophie. I wonder what kind of weapons he picked up. Kaede forces Silver Wolf to start singing "Please Give Me Wings." Makoto runs away from the cornucopia. Boss finds a turtle in the cornucopia and believe me. Yeah, it's not you. I'm watching. No, this isn't me waving my hands for you. I'm not about to feed you. I fed you like 30 minutes ago. Goodness gracious, pilot. Miss Maiko runs away from the cornucopia. If Amame is the agent of Chaos, nope. And their target champion still alive, nope. Chaos reigns. A fun fact, a group of alligators is called a congregation. Kyoko wants to be a preacher and lets loose a congregation of alligators in the arena. Hate that. Kawakami runs away from the arena, rather. Pandreo finds a vision in the cornucopia. Why would the Archons leave something like that here? What would Pandreo have as a vision? He's very pious. But he's also very free, so Animo, I think he lost his parents, if that's correct. I mean, he's a Fire Emblem character, so probably. Cassius. Actually, no, I don't think he did. Specifically, I don't remember. Cassius begins to work on a plan to overthrow Monokuma, and if he is working on that plan, he will probably succeed. Seiko severely injures Reiko, but puts her out of her misery. Sakura grabs a backpack and retreats. Ian-san finds a wizard robe in the cornucopia and puts it on. Ranmaru and Munakata decide to have a competition on who can kill, to see how many Komodo dragons they can kill this game. Former AWE redacted champion Gonta and Mew try to find a way to escape. Interesting. Junko of the same variety runs away from cornucopia. Gin comes to the arena to capture Mishima, a dangerous killer who has escaped from an insane asylum. Miss Maiko sets off an explosive, killing Kizakura, Kafka, Chisa, and Kibo. Big yikes to all 4 of them. Noir. If Noir rather is the agent of chaos, he's not. So pushes Taka off of a, this is a bloody bloodbath. Oh my gosh. Off of a cliff during a knife fight, Sato opens a pack of gun as she enters the arena. Daisaku, Linny, and Nijima run for their lives. I don't think they die. Maya and a Venturine wrestle over a bag. Tengen comes in, throws some pocket sand. Bam, bam. Old man pocket sand. Snatching the bag with ease. Fat Togami throws a knife into Yuri's chest. One half of the tag team champions are gone. Chihiro runs away from the cornucopia. Gonta is beaten to death with a chair by Yinger. First of all, I don't know how she was able to tell her partner apart from the real one, but you know what? Good on you, girl. Usami runs away from the cornucopia. Moko finds a 64 pack of Crayola crayons inside of the cornucopia. Nahida repeatedly stabs Yehoda to death with sighs. Komaru finds a canteen full of water. Chiaki takes a shuckle from inside the cornucopia. Karumi runs away from the cornucopia. Robin shoots an arrow into Taichi's head. Izioi runs away from the cornucopia. Yuta bashes Sayaka's head against a rock several times. Goodness gracious. Mona finds a model cornucopia in the cornucopia. Anefa runs away from the cornucopia. And Kizzy rides into the arena on a unicorn. They're real. It reminds me of that M&M's commercial that's been on for pretty much all of our lifetimes. Where the Santa's like, well, the M&M is like, huh, he does exist, and Santa's like, they do exist, and then they both faint, which is crazy. You know what I'm talking about. If you've ever seen television during Christmas time, you know what I'm talking about. I guess maybe if you're seeing television on Christmas time, and you're from an area that shows that and deals highly with M&Ms. Anywho, Tengen is in a box, deadly poison every hour, dead alive, we'll never know. Chihiro and So kiss under the mistletoe. Mistletoe should be down by now. It is the middle of January. Just saying. Munakata pops a balloon because he can. Proud of him. But he's subsequently hunted down and murdered by the Balloon Protection Squad. Oh. You know, I hate the Balloon Protection Squad. Who's protecting them, I say? I say we hunt him down. Former AWE Redacted Champion Gonta steals a tray of freshly baked cookies that still. Oh no, you stole Silverwolf's cookies. I don't know if I've ever seen Silverwolf bake. Usami can't wait to kill Sayaka this game. Well, about that. Yuta beat you to it. Robin asks Nahida if everything is okay. Amami confides in Cassius. Cassius takes notes so he can exploit her later. Renmaru punches Lenny off of a cliff and screams, "Punch Club forever!" to the heavens. Anefa, Mew, and Fatsugami get chased by a rampaging Seiko. Sakura grabs the table. The audience cheers in excitement. Sakura, who I believe is competing tonight in the one of the first of the Royal Crown Tournament qualifiers. Avi forces Kurumi to work at Avi's wares and despairs after it becomes understaffed. Sato and Kizzy think this is a great opportunity to score free food from her. Makoto starts hanging on mistletoe, but Saint Junko swoops and snaps it on and bursts. Hey, blessed be Saint Junko. Togami berating her for hours. Jinger thinks that she and Togami have grown closer that day. Shuichi receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a box of chocolates. Mai is still alive. Mishima shares his pancakes with Komaru and earns his way into the World Pancake Championship match. If you don't mind, if I write that down. This match is getting very full. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. So Rantaro's gonna have a hard time defending, but hey, it's happened. Has it? I don't know if it has happened actually. The World Pancake Championship, no. Moko receives a knife from no sponsor. Daisaku tries to find every Monokuma on the school grounds. Hajime plays patty cake with Nijima. Gen uses the spell to suck the intelligence out of Maiko. The spell fails because there's nothing to suck out. Yuta finds Shuichi's hat and puts it on. Mona creates her super identity and lists Kawakami as her sidekick. Kaede plants roses in her garden, but saves one and gives it to a Venturine. Wow, Kaede. So kind. Sophie receives pancakes from Avi. Wow, Avi. So kind. Well done. Don't, I'm the best, actually. That is the only smells the rat. Kyoko declares her support for the entourage. Girlies, get her. Genocide Jack takes out Kyoko. I can't believe I even picked you. Well, I think I actually picked Mona. I can't believe you're teaming with Mona. Boss banners to the audience. Pandreo teaches Chiaki some fighting moves. Mahiru beats him Smiko with a ladder. Noir is getting a gift from a secret admirer, and Eonsan traps herself and bleeds out. I didn't want to restart the music because we are already at a fallen tribute, so now we can end the silence with a Claire de Lune 4. Reiko, Kisakura, Kafka, Chisa, Kibo, Taka, Yuri, Gota, Yahoda, Taichi, Sayaka, Monika, Lady, Yaka, Yatsuki. Ooh, alright, now that I'm done falling down, let's see everybody's statuses. I'm feeling a little goofy today, just a teeny bit goofy, a slight yuck. We have, how many people alive? 45. And most teams are completely in. We'll see if anybody's completely out as we scroll down. Yes, talent scouting is having a bad time indeed. And they've been fired for doing the worst. Every other team still has somebody left. Every team got somebody, except for them. They're fired. Even though I think they would actually be both very good workers. We will proceed to the next round. As Sato's allergies keep her up all night, Mona unknowingly eats toxic berries. Fatsugami panics and tries to cure Mona and succeeds. Mona survives, baby. Robin respects Usami, doesn't love her, but does respect her. Hajime finds a special charm that allows himself to transform into a magical girl. Now it's time to fight evil doers. Chihiro rusts in a fruit tree. Sakura shakes that fruit tree to retrieve the fruit, but it causes Chihiro to fall on top of them, on top of her rather, killing them both. I thought that she would be able to take a Chihiro to the head, but I guess not today. Renmaru, Maya, and Komaru enter a scrum debate with Nijima, Anefa, and Saint Junko that argue over what will happen first, knives becoming a threat or stopping a threat. Well, right now they're kind of aiding a threat, aren't they? Kurumi, watches a new mischief of rats runs by. Kurumi runs off before they're getting any ideas. Gin, Daisaku, and Cassie's enter a scrum debate with Kawakami Yinger and Miss Maiko. They argue who should be champ in the event of a tie. Mew challenges Avi in a game of Yahtzee. Wham bam bam. Oh, is that 5 on the first roll? Hey, you just got decimated, girly. If is he always the agent of chaos? He ain't. So we'll continue thinking quickly. Kaede constructs a homemade gun using only some string, a squirrel, and a gun. Amame has the whole world in her hands. Mishima, Silverwolf, and Tennigan enter a scrum debate with former AWE redacted champion Gonta and boss and Makoto. They argue over the endless rain in the arena recently. Oh my gosh. Sophie, Pandreo, Aventurine, and Shuichi play a friendly game of Uno to the death, a rare spawn of this event, in which Pandreo wins and he does survive. So Mahiru and Nahida have a battle at the edge of the cliff. The ground suddenly gives way as So and Mahiru fall to the edge. Nahida was smart enough not to go to the edge. Don't fight me, cause we're close to the edge. And then they all fall. Except for Nahida. Noir puts on a fancy suave top hat. How fancy. Kizzy catches Yuta and her partner rather, with a giant box of comically placed banana peels. Sus Miss Maiko discovers the mastermind and is killed for it. This death is made to look like an accident, which feels, it feels like it could be kind of canon for sus Miss Maiko. Chiaki finds a stereo and presses play to play some sick beats. Moko asks Seiko to help her go to sleep. Seiko then lifts Moko up and she says, I know exactly what you want. And Moko said, oh yeah man, go to sleep. Knee right to the head. Moko's out cold. We proceed, and it is day 2 as Usami says, I would like it that way, Mr. Aviator. And I say, that's how you get fired. We're gonna get a copyright strike. What's wrong with you, girlie? You can't want it that way anymore. Where is I want it that way? There it is. Huh? And she does indeed. Kurumi finds a slingshot, fires it at former AWE champion Gonta with such precision that it kills him. Noir makes a poem for Yinger. Boss spends the entire day walking around in shoes made of Legos. She's truly transcended beyond humanity. Mona receives medical supplies from a secret admirer, and Nefa convinces Kizzy to climb into a hydraulic press and crushes her to death. Well then, Silverwolf joins the Balloon Protection Squad. Seiko, Sato, and Tengen get into a fight. Seiko triumphantly kills them both. Yuta finds a fedora and puts it on. Junko suddenly exclaims, Yuta the platypus! If Makoto is an agent of chaos, he's not. And their target champion is still alive, Chaos reigns. Maya tells Pandreo to train his elbows. His elbows gets 2 swollen hands of knocking Maya off of a tree and kills her. Beefy elbows are always a curse. They'll never have anyone survive around them. Kawakami wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. Cassie sits down next to Kawakami as a talk with her. Mishima immediately wakes up and has pancakes for breakfast, entering the World Pancake Championship match. You did it earlier this episode, my boy. Kaede wants a nickname similar to Sharpshooting Steel-Minded Big Sister Sarah. Asylum Akamatsu, I'd say, is pretty dope. I think you should stick with that. Robin does a sick kickflip but fails, landing, falls flat on her face. Mew tries to steal Avi's pancakes, but Gin caught her and get him. Get yourself in here, boy. Get yourself in here. Taking out. Yeah, we love that. Champions are both gone, I believe, as Daisaku turns the Statue of Liberty and freaking Sayaka. Komaru beats Hajime with a steel chair. Chiaki starts a cult. I think I would join the Chiaki cult. It's probably just a gaming cult. Moko, Renmaru, Fatogami, and Amame all join too, and you know what? I don't have any major problems with any of these 4 characters. Izio embraces the power of positivity. Miss Maiko smells a rat. Nahida reminisces about season 1. You didn't exist in season 1, and Nijima wants Avi to give Sayaka a chance. Get out of here, Nijima. We don't need that kind of energy here. We were leaving that energy in 2025. What you doing out here? Get out of here, and we're gonna have ourselves another 15 Claire de Lune for... oh. That's not right. Well, I mean, we could play that. Yeah, sure, why not? There are 15 cannon shots. And you can hear the bodies fall. For Chihiro. Sakura Ogami. Sophie, Aventurine, Shuichi, So, Mahiru, Sus Miss Maiko, former AWE redacted champion Gonta, Kizzy, Sato, Tengen, Maya, Mew, Nijima. See everybody's statuses. Did we have 45 left, so we should be at 30? I think we had 45 left. I could just be wrong now. I was right! Memory, go! Who would've thunk? We can switch back to this, though, because we are going to proceed. There are now many teams who are... Well, not many. There's a handful of... More than a handful. There are a couple of teams that are completely out. But neither of your imposter teams are out yet, so there is a world... Okay, so there is currently one world where all imposter teams... you don't have any guesses this episode, which has happened once this season. There's a world where Cat Noir and Yinger tie. That world does exist. The likelihood of that world is exceedingly low, but now that it's been brought to light, it, for some reason, becomes a little bit higher. We will proceed, though. And Saint Junko starts off night one by saying... Saint Junko ain't afraid of no ghost. Yinger, however, is actually fairly terrified of some ghost. Fat Togami, Chiaki, and Usami get into a scrum debate with Anefa, Noir, and Seiko. They argue over whether to kill Komaru or not. I think she's probably alright. Kaide's reflection in the mirror distorts her to her true self. Is she pleased with what she sees? I hope it's just like Asylum Akamatsu. I hope she's like in a straitjacket, freaking out, and then she breaks out and stares at herself in the mirror saying, "Thou art I." Cassius challenges Mona to a dance-off. Mona absolutely dominates. I think that's probably fair. Amami runs into Silver Wolf, falls over, barely conscious. Amami is down, and Silver Wolf stares at Amami before doing the caterpillar and dropping an elbow onto her gift. And Ranmaru take pictures of the Aurora Borealis before going to sleep for the night. Yuta loves Pandreo as much as Maki loves Kokichi. Miss Maiko starts a beef with American President James K. Polk. Yeah, same. Someone's got to get that guy. He's dead. So someone's got to go back in time and get that guy. Daisaku finds a big red button, presses it immediately. Fortunately, it doesn't do a thing. Moko, stop being selfish. Boss dyes her hair orange. Hold on a minute, Ginger Boss. I'll drink to that. An energy drink, but I'll still drink to it. Thinking quickly. Robin constructs a homemade gun using only some string, a squirrel, and a gun. Hajime also smashes that button like you should be smashing that like button or that subscribe button, as the kids say. Izioi loads his shotgun with the physical form of murderous intent. Fortunately, hold on. Hajime's button doesn't do anything, but the buttons I say support the channel, so go ahead and do it. Under the cover of darkness, Makoto spies on Mishima. Where in the world is Kawakami? Karumi battles Nahida in an instant game of rock, paper, scissors. Karumi loses, has a sad feeling in her chest. This was a peaceful day. I mean, almost. I think they decided not to kill her. It was almost not peaceful, but it was a peaceful day. Mishima's in a box, so it might not be peaceful for him. Mona plants roses in her garden, but saves one and gives it again. How adorable. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate Nahida? It's close to 0. I'll say 1. I'll say 1. Since it's a scale of 1 to 10, I'm sure I could find something I don't like about her. She's short. You know what? I'm gonna give her a 2. I preferred Greater Lord Rukadavana. This might go worse than Yoko's. Don't tell her I said that, though. Islands of Misfortunes, which happens to be hiring Kurakumi. No, Karumi. Kurakumi is crazy. Who is that? Who's Kurakumi? That's my new OC, Kurakumi. Everybody love Kurakumi. She go crazy sometimes. Usami goes to a job interview for it. Kawakami finds a fedora, puts it on. Boss suddenly yells out, "Kawakami the platypus!" Fat Togami smacks the taste out of Komaru's mouth. Seiko drops a jar. I'm not gonna read that. I already started to twitch a little bit after hearing drops a jar of honey. The rating pistol rates Yuta 84 points. Chiaki sees a completely pale Hajime washed ashore. Chiaki revives him with CPR, but hey, she don't stop when Hajime regains consciousness. Oh my gosh. Pandreo isn't funny. Is not. No, Pandreo's hilarious. This event is just wrong. In fact, I awoo for that. I give him a little awoo. That's my party boy. Ranmaru sees completely pale. Amame washed ashore at the lake, unmoving. Ranmaru revives her with CPR. There is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Anefa. Well, dang. Robin trips on a completely placed banana peel, falls on her bottom. Kaede asks Avi if she can be the World Pancake Championship Invitational. No. Saint Junko severely slices Noir with a sword. Y'all remember when I said that, anybody, they could tie this game and they could both win? That's not gonna happen. But Makoto does pander to the audience. Moko receives a gift from a secret admirer. Cassius stabs Silver with the sword, revives her over and over again until the ring burns his hand rather. Silverwolf then runs off. Izua can see the end of the horizon. Hatsune Miku, is that you? And Yinger is exposed to Daisaku's sensitivity aura, causing her to become more emotional. We proceed. And just two, I was gonna say, that was rather peaceful for a day 3. But it is still a Claire de Lune 4. Anefa. Noir. 28 left, which means we won't dilly and dally on the screen for too long. Because we had a whole game to get through. Makoto's still in here. Stops looking, listen, got Komaru. There could be Chaos Transferals. No, there can't. Chaos didn't rain. In my brain, I'm like, oh yeah, it almost rained. So in my brain, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put something in there. We're gonna have to do a quick swap there. Anywho, we will continue. Let's go on. 28 remain. Mystery Inc. is out and Override are both out. We will proceed though to see Night 3. As Hajime rolls a nat 20 on Intimidation and gives Yuta, Nahida, and Cassius heart attacks. Not even Cassius Bright, the Archon of Dendro, or normal guy Yuta are safe from a random nat 20. Saint Junko has no weaknesses. You're dang right. Makoto. Nope, Moko. Kawakami and Pandreo and Komaru find a big red button. They watch his old horror as Moko says, I'm gonna push it! You've doomed us all, they say, expecting something bad to happen, but nothing happens, leaving Moko disappointed and the others relieved. Gin is gonna need a lot of therapy after this Hunger Games. As Miss Maiko and Boss take a walk through the arena, they find Yinger's right half on the ground. Where could the other half be? All imposters are out. And their teams are too, which means y'all are going to still have to guess those two. Seiko unleashes her ultimate move. It devastates Kaede, Izue, and Karumi. Ranmaru makes a banquet for Chiaki and Silver Wolf. The food was terrible for its own act of rage. Chiaki uses her God of Destruction abilities to erase Ranmaru from existence. Goodness gracious. Mishima finds a Dark Dave in the arena and attacks him straight to the heart. Okay, you know, the last round was very peaceful. I think this round is making up for it. Daisaku threatens Robin with a good time. Fatsugami is just Mona's split personality given form. Amami wants to cut the casual bongos playing in the background. Usami throws what they think is a Molotov at Makoto. Turns out the Molotov is just a rag. It's not even on fire. We proceed again to day 4. As Makoto is ready for the fight before Christmas. Well, he appeared in the Rumble when we all thought he was super injured. Gin makes a tier list from all the other tributes. Mona's S rank, as she is my pick to win this game. Miss Maiko is A rank, Pandreo C, Usami is F, and Chiaki didn't even make the list. Amame reaches her hand towards the screen. The Watcher isn't safe. Run. Boss plants flowers around Kamaru's grave. Kamaru screams from behind. Hello? I'm still alive. Boss simply says, for now. Ginger Boss. How you doing? Anywho, Robin steals a tray of Daisaku's freshly baked cookies. Yo, his cookies probably have all these farm fresh ingredients too. His cookies probably bang, dude. Daisaku probably make the best cookies in this whole game. Seiko catches the disparity, starts posing dramatically. Saint Junko tells Kawakami that she's not a clown, but the entire circus. Silver Wolf also pops a balloon, and see the balloon protection squad, they have to go. We have to destroy every member of the Balloon Protection Squad. Don't think I've forgotten. Eventually, I will come in here and I'll have like 10 different balloons and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pop every single one of these and nobody can stop me. Just you wait. In fact, maybe I'm gonna be back on my villain arc for 2026. No, well, maybe not. Moko, only to balloons, wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. Hajime sits down next to Moko, has a talk with her, and Fatsugami is not funny, has never been funny, never will be funny. I don't think he's very funny, actually. I think he's cool, but I don't think he's very funny. We lost another 10. That brings us now all the way down to 18. 8 more until your save and grace picks, but for now, it's a Clear Day Loon 4. Yuta, Nahida, Cassius, Yinger, Kaede, Izuyoi, Karumi, Renmaru, Mishima, Silver Wolf. Well, are you ready? See everybody says we've still got 18 left. No teams? At least no, I was wrong. I was gonna say the quick scroll down. No teams are completely in, but there is one. In Sin Cara, they have both Fat Togami and Gin. But with a game that is quickly, maybe not next round, but probably the round after that, approaching the feast, it is really anybody's game. So without further ado, let's find out whose game it is. LA 90. We'll proceed, and we see Night 4 as Kawakami starts a little fire. Gin dresses up as Robin. I would pay good money for that. And breaks out in Cosbox. Robin laughs. Boss's ultimate move is fully charged. Mona threatens Komaru with a good time. Fatsugami and Amame hold hands. Chiaki and Saint Juko eat some delicious Kanai Ward meat buns. Great. Seiko's ultimate move is fully charged. Was it Seiko who hit her ultimate move earlier? And it knocked out 3 people? If it was, everybody better run. You thought it was Pandreo, but it was me, Dio. Hajime reminisces about the year of the aviator. Usami finds a DDR machine, plugs it in, sparkles in balloons. Appear out of nowhere. We gotta pop those things. Moko sings a romantic song to Miss Maiko when the two lean in for a tender kiss. Makoto is filming them, which makes Moko kill Makoto in rage. Which makes a little sense. Moko's all about helping people find a little romance. Daisaku finds a care package but is unable to open it, and do we get the feast? We don't. That's why I said the round after this one. Usami starts planting seedlings in her garden. Depending on where you live, maybe, but I think it's still a little bit too early in most places. Anywho, Chiaki is tied down to a table and forced to listen to Miss Maiko's monologue about herself. Chiaki dies of boredom. Hey, I would be listening intently. Hajime is unable to convince Kawakami not to kill him. Mona, Saint Juko, and Amami discuss the killing life so far. Kamaru was being a clown. I mean, give her a little nose. Seiko makes a dirt statue. Boss kicks over the head, so Seiko decapitates. You decapitated Ginger Boss? How could you? Daisaku and Moko argue over who gets to like the red chaos symbol. Fatsugami forces Gin to kill Robin or Pandreo. He decides to kill them both. Dressed cosplaying as Robin, he says, there can be only one. And you too, Pandreo, you must also die. Another 6 gone. That brings us down to your final 12. It's cheaper by the dozen tonight, even though they're not in this game, because the other 2 people other than Hina I would never hire, and it is a Clear Day Loon 4. Makoto, Chiaki, Hajime, Boss, Robin, Pandreo. So we are at your final 12. Not at your saving grace picks yet, unless I have not been keeping a track. But I have. My brain's still functional a little bit, a little something something. But as I was saying, oh yeah, y'all are both still in. So they technically have a 1 in 6 chance of winning this whole thing. Komaru still remains, and so does Kawakami. Both halves of your Agents of Chaos for the season. Disappearing Act has Usami, Search the Stars still has Mona. Sparring Partners has Moko, Sin Cara completely in. Buckshot Roulette has Seiko, Non-Aggression Pack has Daisaku. Kiss of Death has Amame, and Yehoda's Witnesses have Saint Junko. We must proceed. It's your final 12. There will likely be a feast today, is why I wanted to go through everyone here, because I have a hard time believing we'll be at just 10 as we proceed. And as we do, Night 5 begins as Komaru dyes her hair green. Amame dies of thirst, which brings us to 11. Miss Maiko helps Avi out and opens a rival establishment to the Waffle House called the Pancake House. I hope you win the game, Miss Maiko. You might be teaming with Sayaka, but I hope you win the game. And I hope you win the tag team championships. And I hope you give the other one to Anne, and then the other one that Sayaka, she could get, and I hope that one gets lost in the mail. After repeatedly losing to Saint Junko in chess, Moko tosses the game board into the fire. I believe that would be accurate. Saint Junko ain't losing in chess. Not to Moko. Daisaku and Fatogami huddle together for warmth. It's a little bit awkward. Kawakami says it's time for some dire. That's not dire docs. That's Crisis of Fate. Time for some dire docs. Crisis of Fate is actually right on top of dire docs. Usami submits an application to join the application to join the squad. Mono walks up to her and says, "Yeah, you're not getting in," as Seiko steals Gen's first kiss, and you know what that means. It's time for the feast. And there it is, as the cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families of Saint Junko is the Agent of Chaos. And in her she's been an Agent of Chaos before, but she wouldn't do that nowadays. Right now, she's basking in her radiance, basking in her glory is what we're all doing. Saint Junko, chaos does not reign. Moko decides not to attend the feast. Komaru destroys Seiko's memoirs out of spite. Usami sets off an explosive, killing Daisaku. Mona bashes Fatogami's head against a rock several times. If Gen is the Agent of Chaos and their target champion is still alive, chaos reigns. Not the case. Kawakami and Miss Maiko decide not to go as well, so we lost, what, 2? 2 during this, is it just 1? Yeah, 2. 2 during the feast, but do we get any more? As Usami catches the despair disease and starts posing dramatically. If Seiko is the Agent of Chaos, their target champion is alive, chaos does reign. Mona's theorizing how best to counter Avi's jinx, so you should be thinking that since I picked you from the get-go, but now you're in the final 10, girly. Miss Maiko plants roses in her garden. Again, I feel like everyone's giving you roses today, boy. Saint Junko deliberately jumps off of a cliff. She did it for a reason. We gotta believe in the plan. We gotta believe in the in the ways of Saint Junko. Komaru receives a gift from a secret admirer. Oh god, that's repulsive. Moko investigates the school ground looking for clues, and Kawakami commits Sora. Oh. We're down to 3. Because I know Sundavy is preparing for this. I know we got about 7.5 months until it happens. But ladies and gentlemen, AV forces the tributes to prepare for AV Mania 5. A capital V Mania. As Kawakami falls from atop the Titantron, Mona and Usami set up the announcers tables. Moko, Gen, Seiko, and Komaru help with the giant Statue of Liberty, but it falls over, crushing them. And Miss Maiko sets up chairs for the audience, leaving us with Mona, Usami, and Miss Maiko. Miss Maiko. Here's your final 3 now, as we lose 9. That's why I was like, oh, not a minute. I got a feeling. Ooh, that most of our final 12 would perish tonight, and they did. And here is the final Claire de Lune of the episode. Goodness gracious. For Amame, Daisaku, Fatogami, Saint Junko, Kawakami, Moko, Gen, Seiko, Komaru. And we're gonna take a peek at everybody's statuses because we're down to 3. So it's gonna be real quick picks for you guys because you got a full, you can pick your top 3 in your save and grace picks, which is happening right here, right now. If you need some new picks, surprisingly, my pick from the get-go is still in here. So I have to say to everybody here, make your picks for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. At the very start of this episode, I said, and I quote, I think Mona's gonna win, and Dusk is gonna feel a disturbance in the force. So I'm picking Mona for 1st, and that is gonna stay my pick. I said earlier this episode, I said, hey, Miss Maiko, get yourself a win, girl. Get yourself a win. Tie me up to a table all you want. Crazy work, but I did say those words, and here we are. I think she's gonna take the victory. I got her for 2nd. And for 3rd, I guess I'll take Usami by default. Mona has been theorizing, searching the stars for a way to counter my jinx. Will she do it, or is this her fate? We'll find out as you guys make your saving grace picks. I'll give you like 5 more seconds. Get in the comments, get there real quick. There's not much more left to do, because this episode's almost through. So are you ready? Because it is Usami, it is Miss Maiko, and it is Mona, and they are all caught within our final 3 in a crisis of fate, right on top of Diadara Docks. Let's do it. Who is gonna be the best employee at Aviator Incorporated? Let's find out. Is it gonna end right now? Ooh, no, but my jinx was, my jinx may have been too powerful. Miss Maiko attacks Mona with the legacy of her bloodline. Her bloodline was powerful enough to annihilate Mona. She couldn't beat the jinx. It was in her fate. Rest in peace to her. And Usami dyes her hair red. Hair? So it's just her entire fur red instead? So she's like a red and pink bunny? It might not be terrible. It depends on how harsh that red is, but I don't know if it's a good look, Usami. I think you might not want to do that too much. However, it is your final 2. And we will be ending in just a moment's notice. Will it be Miss Maiko or Usami? For her talent agency, she wants to prove why she's on top. She wants to prove why I would agree to being forced and tied up to a table and listen to her monologue. Which sounds crazy, but I would be ready, willing, and able. As Usami stands on the other side with, doing this for, Himiko and Linny. Miss Maiko doing this for An, Takamaki, and Sayaka Maizono. Who do you got? Usami. Maiko, Usami. Both. Neither. I guess we're gonna find out in just a moment. Shall we? Let's do it. Because Mona learned of the fate of this game. And now she knows for certain who was gonna win. And she decided that she was not gonna be beaten by Miss Maiko. No, Miss Maiko, I wanted you to win so bad. It's the reverse of my picks. The jinx is too strong. Miss Maiko actually blurts out the fact that she likes Usami in a non-platonic way. Usami says, "Ew, furry." Get out of here. I have nothing against the furries, but Usami apparently does, and kills Miss Maiko. Usami, how could you? Miss Maiko just wanted to talk to you. She wanted to say, "Hey, how you doing, girl?" And she should have said that to me. It should have been me. It should have been me. Because I wouldn't have killed her like that. I wouldn't be staring at Miss Maiko on this clear day loon. Or rather, this terrible turnabout for Mona. My God, Miss Maiko. Hey, y'all ain't seen my complex, not 1, 2, or 3, so y'all ain't know what I'm talking about when it comes to Miss Maiko. There's only one person left though. Whoop-de-doo, Usami, you got the victory. You know how upset I am, Usami. Here you go. Whoop-de-doo, everybody look, Usami won for disappearing act. Boom, bam, bop, pop, boom, bada bop, pow, pow. Yeah, woohoo, yippity skippity, haha, yeah, she did it, woo, yeah. Usami, I can't believe you, Miss Maiko should have won this game. I should have been on the table right now, tied up. Consensually. But instead, you had to win for disappearing act. But I suppose congratulations to you. It should have been me. But it wasn't, so Usami wins the game. Oh man, we'll proceed. Miss Maiko was this close, so close but so far, and so was Mona. It's always that reverse of Avi's 3 picks when we have our final 3. Never doubt the jinx. New Year, same jinx, like every year. The same as every year. Komaru in 4th, Seiko 5th, Gen 6th, 7th was Moko, 8th was Kawakami, 9th was saying Junko, who deliberately jumped off of a cliff, hopefully not to cause me despair. I think she knew that I would be in her in the saving grace, or she would rather be in my saving grace picks if she made it to the top 3. So she said, well, since everyone else is gonna perish around this round, let me not be in this. And she jumped off and she said, no thank you. Fat Togami in top 10. That is our episode. Your imposters are available to guess. Hopefully you got a little bit of a cluage. Back one more time. Remember your other clues that have not been claimed for those teams, and piece things together as best as you can. In this game of 60, it ended with Usami saying, it's just me, Us. Next episode, we'll have our last imposter team of the season, so keep your eyes peeled for them. It started off with Seiko taking out Reiko, but it all ended with Usami saying, ill affection and killing Miss Maiko, you fiend. We'll proceed one more time. Disappearing Act took the W, Usami with them. Miss Maiko in second place for the talent agency, and third was Search the Stars. In terms of KOs, it was Seiko and number 1. Miss Maiko with 4, number 2, Pandreo with 3. Did Usami just get 1? No, she had 2. Fair enough. Gin, Hajime Nahida with 3, Miss Maiko and Usami with 2. I'm sorry, Miss Maiko had 4, Miss Maiko had 2, Usami with 2, and Chiaki, and the rest down there with 1, and everyone else had none. That is our game. We'll go back to the reaping one last time, and congratulations to Disappearing Act. They've claimed victory this season. Now, next week we'll have OC singles action. Next Thursday? Yes, next Thursday. Let me pull up my calendar. Yes, next Thursday, and we'll go back to back, because we'll have tag team action again, and then OC singles action one more time to close off before we go to our free-for-all. So those will be the next 3 Thursdays, I believe. So stay tuned, get ready for it. And tonight, if you ain't take a peek at that calendar, it is Fracture Night. Yes, it is Fracture Night. It is the 3rd Friday. It's the first Fracture of 2026, and we are starting our AWE Valentine's Violence tournament to find our Royal Crown winner. We got brackets set up, and most notably, it will be 4 of those matches happen tonight. Who will win those? I'm not sure. We got 2 of the ladies' matches, 2 of the gentlemen's matches, and it's gonna go down. We got the Town Hall tonight as well. We got some tag team action. We got a qualifier, I believe, for the Fight Forever Championship matches. We got a whole lot of stuff. You're gonna want to be here because it is all ahead of Rebellion Live, which is the last Friday of this month, which is also AWE's auction. Best of luck to Sunday, V. I want no parts of that. So until then, I'm taking off. I'll see you guys next week. And I will see you next week, Thursday and Friday, because I'm going to be doing some singles action, you better believe. Yeah, very good. And then OC Revolution at the end of the month. I think that's all of the things that I have to announce for Sunday, V. So be there tonight for Fracture. It's going to be fantastic. And be there all month long for all sorts of content. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. I'm out of here. Taking off. Thank you for watching.